In today's video, I will share with you 6 different ways to migrate to Norway. I will start with the type of visa which is hard to get and move to the easier one, so that means you need to watch till the end to get the overall perspective. If you are someone who is looking for ways to migrate to Norway, this video will be really helpful to you. Now let's move to the video. First one is a tourist visa. I have got a lot of queries regarding tourist visa in Norway. Most of you are wondering about how hard is it to get and if it is possible to convert a tourist visa into a work permit. I have to tell you guys, it's really hard to get a tourist visa in Norway if you do not have a strong reason to return or a solid reason to visit Norway. For example, it is really easy for parents to get the tourist visa to visit their son or daughters in Norway. If the person living in Norway can show that he or she can spend 500 NOK every day for each of their parents. Other than that, if you want to visit your sibling or relative in Norway, then it is not easy. They will look at if you have a stable job in your home country, how likely you are to leave Norway, and how strong is your tie to the person living in Norway. The visa success rate is really low, especially if you are young at the beginning of your career and do not have a stable job in your home country. However, it is not impossible. If you really want to visit Norway, you can give it a try, but do not have high expectations. Another part of tourist visa is business visa. This visa is also not very easy to get as it requires that you have a well-established business in your home country and have good records of export. I have met a few people from Nepal who came to Norway on a tourist visa and they participated in trade fair for certain days and then went back. Even if you are granted a tourist visa, you are not allowed to stay in Norway for more than 90 days. Now, the common question is, can you convert your tourist visa into work permit? The simple answer is no. Let's try to understand how the work permit is issued in Norway. To get a work permit, you must have a job that is relevant to your bachelor's degree or master's degree. So, if you have bachelor or master's degree, you come to Norway on a tourist visa and manage to get an offer from a company here. Then you can proceed for a work permit. But guys, trust me, this is very less likely to happen. If you think you have a good profile to get a job in Norway, coming to Norway on a tourist visa won't provide any advantage. You can simply apply for jobs online. And if you manage to get a job offer, you can apply for the skilled worker visa. I will explain to you about the skilled worker visa in the next step. So if someone tells you that you can go to Norway on a tourist visa and convert it into work permit, do not believe them. And another thing I would like to add here is that it is impossible to work on a tourist visa. Everything will be tracked through tax you will be paying when you work. The Norwegian authority is really strict, and when it comes to tax and paperwork, the fine is used for the company if they pay their employees in cash avoiding tax. So please do not make any such plan and do not put yourself at risk of being banned from the EU. Another way to migrate to Norway is through skilled worker visa. When you hear about the skilled worker visa, you may think that having skill in a certain profession will get you skilled worker visa, but it's not that easy. To get a skilled worker visa, you need to have at least bachelor degree and need to have a job that is relevant to your study. Even if you have 10 years of experience in certain field but do not have at least bachelor degree, you are not eligible for skilled worker visa. If you are wondering whether you are eligible to apply for work permit, do not hesitate to ask me in the comment section below. Now, the good thing about skilled worker visa is that you can apply for a skilled worker visa if you manage to get a job offer from the Norwegian company while you are in your home country. Let's consider a scenario. You are an IT professional and have a master's degree in IT. You saw a job ad in LinkedIn from a Norwegian company. You applied for that job, went through online interviews and got an offer. Now, you can simply take the job offer, fill out the form in udi.no and apply for a skilled worker visa. Remember, to be eligible to apply for a skilled worker visa, there are salary requirements. If the requirement for the job is at least bachelor's degree, your salary must not be less than 407,900 NOK per year. And if the requirement is master's degree, your salary should be at least 439,900 NOK per year. You can look at this screenshot. It can take up to 2 to 3 months depending on how long the queue is at UDI. But once you have education-related job offer with the required salary, there is very less chance of rejection. I have seen a lot of people, especially coming from India to Norway on a skilled worker visa. The probability of getting a job offer from Norwegian company is high if you have relevant experience in the IT field. Other than IT, it is very less likely to get a job offer from Norwegian company without speaking Norwegian and without being in Norway. When you are on a skilled worker visa, you are not allowed to take any other jobs. Your visa is connected with your job position. For example, if you look at this resident card, it is mentioned that the person holding this resident card is only allowed to work as a business analyst in Norway. If you get another job in same position, you can change your job without applying for the new visa. If you want to switch to another job which is also relevant to your study but the position is different, then you have to apply for new work permit. You cannot take a job at all if it is not relevant to your study. One more thing I would like to mention here is, if you are from the medical sector like doctor, nurse, there is no way to come to Norway directly to work. You need to speak Norwegian and should get authorized before starting to work in Norway. Once you are in skilled worker visa for 3 years, you will be eligible to apply for permanent residency. If this is your first time on this channel, I have made videos about studying abroad on this channel. So far, I have made videos about study in Norway, and soon I'll be making videos about study in Finland, Denmark and other various European countries. So do not hesitate to subscribe to my channel if you are looking for genuine information about study abroad. Now, I would like to talk about PhD. PhD falls under the skilled worker category, but I have made a separate category for PhD in this video because most of us do not know that PhD is considered as a skilled worker in Norway. There are two types of PhD in Norway: part-time PhD and full-time PhD. In the part-time PhD, you won't get paid and you have to apply for a student visa. Usually, when they say PhD, it's a full-time PhD. When you are offered a full-time PhD, you have to apply for a skilled worker visa and not the student visa. And you will get paid as a skilled worker every month. Your salary will have to be minimum of 439,900 NOK per year. The best thing about PhD is that PhD programs are usually 3 years long, and right after the completion of PhD, you will be eligible to apply for permanent residency. But you also need to note that PhD in Norway is really competitive. There are usually hundreds of applications for one PhD position. To get into PhD, you need to have a solid research and academic background. You need to have clear idea on what kind of research you want to do during PhD and should have a strong PhD proposal. The other way to migrate to Norway is through European passport. There are certain countries in Europe, for example Portugal, where it is comparatively easy to get passport, although it takes up to 7 to 8 years. Now, you may wonder why anyone with a European passport would move to Norway. There are many people whose dream is to move to Norway after getting a passport from European country because of Norway's high living standard. So, once you have a passport from any sanctioned country, you can simply move to Norway. Register yourself in the population registry and follow some administrative procedures and start working in Norway. In Norway, you can see many people with non-EU origin but with the EU passport working in the various sectors. They are mostly working in the restaurant and construction sectors and are having a good life in Norway. Other documents than passport from sanctioned country will not help you to migrate to Norway. Even if you have a permanent residency in sanctioned country, you can visit Norway as a tourist for 90 days, but you cannot settle down in Norway. In my personal opinion, one of the easiest way to migrate to Norway is through family immigration. Whether you are going to Norway to study or to do PhD or as a skilled worker, you can take your spouse and children with you, and they can be in Norway with you as long as you are in Norway. However, there is an income requirement. I have made a separate video about it. I will put the link in the card on the top. Please watch it. The best part of the family immigration is that when you are in Norway on a dependent visa, you do not have as many restrictions as students and skilled workers have. For example, you can work full-time, there is no restriction on where you can work and where you cannot. You can even start your own business, so it has a lot more flexibility than other types of visa. One thing I would like to warn you about family immigration is processing time. Although the process of applying is easy, it can take up to 6 to 10 months to get the visa decision. The waiting time changes all the time, so please check the waiting time at udi.no. I have put the student visa as the easiest way to migrate to Norway because it's really easy to arrange the financial documents for student visa of Norway. Education is free in Norway, so you do not have to worry about tuition fees. However, you have to transfer 126,357 NOK to your university as a proof of living expense. You will get this money back once you are in Norway. If you get an admission offer from the university in master's level, the visa rejection is very low. Why am I saying master's level? Well, there are certain countries like Pakistan, Nepal, where the student visa rate is almost zero to study bachelor's in Norway. I have made a separate video about studying bachelor in Norway. Please check this video. If you have not subscribed to my channel yet, please do me a favor. I will come up with a new video next week. Until then, take care, stay safe, bye bye.